Pibbert yesterday. Old notifications. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. So I believe for Moto number 2, we should have the additions of JoJo and Aiden here in the B class. So let's see. Nope, JoJo's still not here. So the 15-second board is up. The gate is about to drop. Who is going to get the whole shot this time? Parker is in a good position to do it, but it's Iago who ends up getting up front with Vinny Besson of the Try Hard team trying to steal that position away. Parker Pax with the Wicked Racing team opting to send the roller, still keeps him in third, but he does get a clean alternate line choice because of it.
And
Here
Cole
it
would have worst start. Cole was dead last off the start, and so is Lemonin. So Lemonin got a bad start this moto as well.
So where are they? Here is Lemunion buried mid-pack with Cole behind him. Oh, and
no.
Further tragedy as Lemunion goes down and finds himself just about dead last. So this is good news for the Renegade Kawasaki rider here, BMX, who is sitting currently in a battle for 4th place. You know, it's not going to be a surprise if Lemunion is able to battle his way up through this pack, but it will be very difficult for him to take a 1st place position like he did in Moto number 1. So let's go a little bit closer here to the battle for the lead between Vinny and Parker.
So Parker was running up front last moto, but something mysterious happened, and he was just fell back.
Yeah, I think Parker probably fell victim to getting caught in a fence and maybe having to hard reset. I'm not sure. But nevertheless, BMX is now moving his way up through the pack and finds himself sitting in the third place spot.
Oh, he's in a good spot.
Yeah, he's staring down 2 riders who he passed with ease or stayed in front of in Moto number 1. So right now, it's all about getting in front of these guys as quickly as possible, not letting them slow him down, and making sure that he can catch a number 1 position here as soon as possible and maintain it for as long as possible, and let Lemunion in the back here struggle. Uh-oh, Parker gets into it with Vinny, and there goes BMX, splitting up the middle, finds his opportunity to strike, and takes it immediately.
So now, all he needs to do is check out. Parker is right behind him, and you know he's capable of just keeping up with him. And maybe just battle with him, you know, slow him down. Not like take him out or anything, but just put some pressure, just like that. BMX is gonna go down.
Yep, BMX does go down. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Paradox. If Parker could just get up to him and put the pressure on him, then perhaps he could delay that.
Lemunion.
But look
Lemunion's
at
in front
this.
of BMX.
Yep.
Just like that.
Just
BMX,
like that.
Kennedy dream just got ruined.
That one mistake from BMX cost him all of this time and all of these positions as he was sitting in first. And there goes Parker Pax running away with the lead.
It was all he needed. BMX needed a first and Lemunion a worse finish. And now Lemunion finds himself in front of BMX in the middle of the pack in the paint train.
Yep, and here comes all of our offshore riders, I will call them. Vinny Besson on the Try Hard Kawasaki, Iago Santana on the PDR Tagger Designs Honda, and Vinny's teammate Dennis on the Try Hard Honda as well. And speaking of more offshore representation, Luca coming in from over the pond, across the pond rather. So I think we've only got 1 American rider in the top 5. Take that back, because here comes Lemunion capitalizing on Luca's mistake, and there is his teammate Dirtine. You know, these guys are probably in a Discord call with one another, having a good time, just riding through the pack, latching on. You know how that feels.
Chatting on each other's helmets.
Vinny Besson still trying to hold off his teammate Dennis. Both these riders giving a good display of talent here, but Parker on the Wicked Racing team has checked out and is about 5 seconds in front of them. So given the hope that he can keep those mistakes clean, he might be able to run away with a moto win here in Moto number 2.
Lemunion is completely R-charging. He's made his way back up. Boredom goes down, so that's another spot for Lemunion. And now Lemonian finds himself third place. You said it was most unlikely for Lemonian to finish up first, and it is possible. He sees the leader
Yep.
as he goes to the right.
Just like that, he has charged his way up, capitalizing on the mistakes of other riders, finds himself in second place, and the only person in front of him is his teammate Parker. So, worst case scenario, Lemonian could, well, I won't say worst case scenario, but a scenario, Lemonian could finish second to Parker's Moto win. Team tactics could come into play, and Parker could let Lemonian make the pass, but I don't think Lemonian is going to ask for that. I don't think Parker's going to offer that, simply because Lemonian has such a commanding lead over BMX in the point series. Parker's going for this Moto win.
As long as Lemonian finishes in front of BMX, it's all he needs to check up and secure that championship.
BMX does push his way up into the 5th place spot, though, trying to get around Vinny Besson here. So he scrubs off a little bit of speed on the sand wall. Opts to take the outside line here, carries some good momentum, finds himself bar to bar with Vinny. Vinny giving BMX the BMX treatment there, throwing it sideways in his face, but nevertheless, BMX does make the pass. Uh-oh, and Vinny's not going to let it go that easy, or try not to, as he tried to take the inside line around that sweeper and catch back up and pass BMX, but ends up going down and pays the price for it. Now BMX has his sights set on the 3 Wicked Racing team members here, who are running 1, 2, 3 in Moto number 2.
So Wicked Racing, same story as first Moto. They're gonna be holding all the podium spots. Not giving any of the other riders a chance, but they did not finish. There was a little bit of Renegade, BMX, and a Rising Racing of Cole.
Yeah,
so let's see if they can keep it that podium this Moto.
Yeah,
I think they can.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Wicked Racing is, you know, they're a prominent team here in the B class, really staring those A class times in the face. Looking to move up for Backyard MX Season 3. And Lemonian is out here proving why he deserves that spot. So, can BMX hunt down Dirteen? As we saw in Moto number 1, these guys are not perfect. None of them are. And as I say that, BMX goes down, so here comes Cole to take that pass, and BMX now gets pushed back to 5th. So 12.5 minutes left on the clock here for B-Class Moto number 2, and you can see the number of riders who are showing up now behind BMX, as you've got Yorks on the Horizon Racing Honda. Here comes Iago, followed by Baloka, Boredom, Luca, Pinned, JX Jones on the Verb Moto Honda, GP with Old Dads, Phil Doyen nowhere to be seen tonight. Vinny Besson falls back pretty hard into a 10th place spot. So Lemonian goes down. Cole is going to catch up here. Lemonian actually loses a spot to Dirteen. So your race leader Parker Pax with the Wicked Racing Honda still holds down the number 1 spot. Dirteen moves up into 2nd. Lemonian falls back to 3rd. Here comes Cole not too far behind him, followed by BMX in 5th.
Yeah, Parker is completely checked out. I don't see any reason why he will not win this Moto. He did the same thing at Lamo. Well, it's not the same thing, because he actually did show up this time for the first Moto, but in the second Moto he completely checked out. First lap, he never saw another rider from the rest of the Moto.
Yeah, and he's got 10 seconds up on Dirteen right now.
Went down again. So here comes Cole for the pass.
Yeah, it looks like Cole is going to get it, so Lemonian falls back to 4th. So this is good for BMX. Every position that he finishes in front of Lemonian is more points gained on that chase.
Yeah.
This is Moto number 2 of the B class of round 8, meaning after tonight we will have 4 more B class motos, 2 more full rounds for the rest of Backyard MX Season 2. So BMX really needs to try to get in front of Lemonian and get as many points as possible. But you know, it's going to be tough for him to catch up to Parker all the way in the #1 spot. So at the very least, he just needs to be focusing on finishing in front of LeMunion every race.
That's all he needs.
Yep. I mean, and that's the best he can do. If he finishes in front of LeMunion every race, then it's LeMunion's pressure to not fall back. But it's better for BMX to not have to worry about catching LeMunion, and more so just making sure he stays as far up as possible. But 38 points, man, that's hard to come back from. Still, anything is possible. It is MX bikes after all.
But 38 points, that's almost 40 points in only 4 motos. Finishing 1 spot over LeMunion every moto is not going to cut it for him.
No, he'll have to hope LeMunion has some bad races.
Oh yeah. And I think that's getting up to him. I think the reason you see him falling once in a while is that he knows he needs to be up there. He knows he needs to get first place finishes every race to catch up with LeMunion. And now he sees LeMunion right in front of him, and I think his controller is sweating right now.
Taking a look at the rest of the field, you can see that Silva is battling with his teammate Beloka. Both of them trying to catch up to Luca. GP running away from that battle. Jones in a scuffle here with Dennis Boredom. Pin trying to catch up and make a pass on Iago. York's sitting in 6th. York's lap time right now is a 2:03 at best. BMX with a 2:02, LeMunion a 2:02, Cole a 2:02, Dertine practically a 2:03, and the same with Parker. So Cole, BMX, and LeMunion, if they run clean laps, should be able to catch up to Dertine sometime soon. They're going to be gaining about a second per lap on him.
8 minutes left. That's enough to catch Dertine, yes.
Yeah. 8.5 minutes. That's about 4 laps. So we'll see. BMX getting good drives on all of these straightaways, really getting as much as he can out of that Kawasaki power as he almost goes down. BMX has had a few times tonight where he has really shown that he has a good capability of keeping that bike up on 2 wheels against better odds. So good for him to maintain composure and stay in the battle. Oh, I thought Cole was going to go down, but yeah, LeMunion is catching him.
I thought the same. Here comes LeMunion. Oh, yeah, LeMunion almost swiped up, lost the rear end there. That was scary as well. Cole almost loses it again, so that's going to give enough time for LeMunion to make a pass. He's going to get the better drive in the straight because he went on the outside.
Yeah, LeMunion likes to take that outside and try to make a sweeping pass, but Cole likes to cut that line off and keep him in check.
Wristcraft.
So this is what we saw in Moto #1, a battle between LeMunion and Cole, which slowed both riders up and allowed BMX to catch up on some time. Cole takes a look back, sees LeMunion right there behind him. Here's the power of that Honda 250 just barking. Both these riders trying to go for the triples. LeMunion gets them pretty clean, but BMX gets a good run through the commandments as he usually does. Takes the outside line, and he has got these guys set in his sights. We are about to see a 3-way battle for 3rd place, and if you look just off in the distance, here is Dertine. They are closing that gap. Oh no!
Goes down.
BMX goes down and goes down hard, and it's not a good time because LeMunion and Cole are pushing each other.
Oh yeah, I think BMX sees that championship fade away right now. You can see that championship right off in the distance, in the sunset, it's scary. I would not want to be in that spot.
Uh-oh.
Oh! Cole goes down. They get into a little argument with LeMunion, and LeMunion's gonna come out winning out of that one. So BMX is gonna give BMX more chances to make up points on LeMunion. Sorry.
Dertine still sitting in 2nd. The issue there between LeMonion and Cole did allow LeMonion, or rather allow Dirteen to kind of escape that gap that they were closing in on. So pros still pretty spread out here. Keep me updated on what happens with those top 5. So your race leader Parker still with a 10-second gap over Dirteen. 4.5 minutes left here in Moto number 2. The packs are starting to get pretty spread out. Everybody just kind of riding their own race at this point, trying not to make a mistake and lose any positions. So as a reminder, guys, 4 minutes plus 2 laps here left in Moto number 2 of the B class. We will have a 15-minute break, and then we will resume with the first of 2 motos for the A class this evening. So I actually need to make sure that that server is up and the password is out. So this is a good time for me to do that. Give me one moment. Alright, there we go. A-class riders, your server is up. Uh-oh, Dirteen makes a mistake. Yep, I just saw that.
Capitalizes. That's going to give 2 more points to LeMonion. That's going to extend his lead by 4 points instead of 2.
I think LeMonion... Yeah, I mean, LeMonion was hard charging that whole time, trying to catch up to Dirteen. He almost goes down. Slow Physics managed to keep him up. That's confusing. But I guess it worked out. So Dirteen makes the pass back. You can see for a while there, the gap between Dirteen and LeMonion was 3 seconds. LeMonion cut that down to 2.
BYMX and Cole actually did catch up because of Dirteen and LeMonion later on mistake. So it's a 4-way battle shaping up again. 2 minutes left for this second moto. Track is speed. We don't see any lap times decreasing. Their lap times are actually the same as the first moto. Cole almost went down.
And BMX actually ran his fastest lap of this moto just now. So
there it is. He's hard charging. That's what he needs to do. Oh, Dirteen goes down. LeMonion's gonna pass him. LeMonion's gonna almost go down as well. Cole's gonna fall out of the rut there. Maybe get a cut from that.
Yep, so Dirteen's crash and LeMonion's bobble there allow BMX and Cole to catch up. So here with a minute and a half left in Moto number 2 for the B class, we now have a 4-way battle for second place. Sticky keys, go away. BMX makes the pass on Cole, but can he make it stick?
Ooh, Cole goes down. And here comes BMX on Dirteen. Dirteen is gonna ride defensively. He doesn't want to give up that spot to BMX.
Dirteen throwing a little style in BMX's face there, and BMX says, "All right, I'll show you some style, buddy." Ooh.
All on the outside.
Yeah, I thought he was going to check up and try to take the inside line away from Dirteen, but instead he just lets him go. I think BMX is a little timid, man. He's afraid that one of these wicked guys is just going to clean him, but they don't ride like that. So he can, he should have some confidence that they will race him clean.
Oh, Dirteen goes down.
And that's all BMX needs to focus on, is just riding his own race and letting them go down around him, as he now once again finds himself looking at the tailpipe of LeMonion. Austin LeMonion trying to hunt him down. It's a common theme here in the B class.
2 points apart now. 20 seconds left until there's 3 laps to go. Maybe 2 laps to go because Parker is in the prime position to make this track, this moto shorter by 1 lap.
Yep, the time will run out before Parker crosses the finish line, so we have a 2-lap card coming out in just a moment for your race leader.
So that's even better for Lemonian. Less time for BMX to catch him. And that's even more pressure for BMX, so maybe he's gonna start riding a bit worse in this late of the second moto. I don't want to say this and jinx him. Oh, Lemonian goes down, and BMX gonna make the pass, so BMX is gonna turn that 38 points gap into a 36 points gap. But that's not good, because they came into this moto with a 35.
Yeah, so if points as they run is how you would call that, BMX would end up losing 1 point on the championship after all is said and done. So, I mean,
oh, Lemonian goes down again.
No matter what, BMX just needs to maintain composure, stay in damage control mode, ride the best race he can. That's all he can ask for the rest of this season. I mean, Parker's gone. He's 12 seconds out with 2 laps to go. Unless Parker gets stuck in a fence or makes a bunch of mistakes, there's no way that BMX is going to catch him here, even running his fastest lap. So BMX looking at a second place spot on the podium tonight after moto number 2. Lemonian goes down a few times and falls back to 3rd and falls back hard. Dirteen, his teammate on the Wicked Racing Honda, sitting in 4th. Cole is in 5th. York's in 6th, all by himself, pinned by himself in 7th. Iago is currently in a battle for 8th with Dennis Boredom, but Dennis Boredom goes down and is probably going to get caught up here by JX Jones, as Jones now crosses the finish line in 10th. He's in 10th physically, but his cuts have pushed him back to 11th. So Jones looking at a battle here for 9th place, I believe, with Dennis Boredom. A couple riders have cut, so they're falling back 1 place on the scoreboard.
Yeah, BMX, there's no way he catches up to Parker. Well, I don't see that happening. Sort of. The only way BMX can salvage the most points as he goes down is if Dirteen passes Lemonian, which is going to extend that 2 points lead he has this moto into a 4 point lead. Yeah,
BMX is going to hope that Dirteen makes a pass on Lemonian, but yeah, it'll be tough. So here we go, guys. The white flag is coming out for your race leader, Parker. We have about 2 minutes left here in the B-Class motos tonight. I have to say, B-Class moto number 1 was some of the most intense racing that I have seen in this game. B-Class moto number 2, a little bit, I don't want to say lackluster, just a little more calm. Not quite as intensive racing, but the top 5 have been pretty close to each other all moto long.
The same top 5 as moto 1.
Yeah. No earth-shattering changes to the point series here due to the commanding lead that Lemonian has, but it's always fun to see BMX try and the other riders try to catch up. They came out with some fierce drive and intensity in moto number 1. As we have a battle here, a slight battle between Iago Santana on the PDR Tagger Designs Honda trying to catch up to Dennis Boredom on that try-hard racing machine. Shout out to Pinned, the Start Your Systems guys, kind of stepping on over into MX bikes. You know, I always like when Kellen makes bikes content. He did a Farm 14 track walk recently, and it's always good to see the attention that those videos get and the advertisement that is for MX bikes. So I'm glad to see the Start Your Systems guys over here racing some of the MX Bikes Championship Series. BMX still holding 2nd place, Parker still in 1st. Lemonian still in 3rd.
Oh, BMX almost went down. What is Dirteen doing?
Will we see it? Will we see an actual battle between LeMunion and BMX coming into the final corners. I think
Oh
we
my
will,
God.
as here comes LeMunion, bar to bar with BMX, as we have 2 corners left here before this Moto number 2 is over. LeMunion gets a good inside drive around BMX, tries to push him wide and take the line away.
There it
BMX
is.
blows the
No!
berm and goes down, so LeMunion, just like that, ends up taking the number 2 spot away. Didn't even touch him, just kind of
Oh my God.
swung around the outside there. Man,
BMX had such a lead coming into this last lap. It just all went away on this last corner. BMX did not see it coming. Like 3 or 4 laps to go. BMX still had that lead. I don't know what happened, but LeMunion just went flying and somehow caught up and made the pass on the last corner. This is tragic for BMX. He is punching the air right now.
so I'm getting word now that Dirteen actually got hard reset, so he is going to be in the top, or I'm sorry, he will finish 7th here in Moto number 2. A little bit of a last lap scuffle here between GP and Iago. GP taking the inside line, gets a good drive around Iago. Can he push to the inside here first? And he does get it. Are his cuts? Does GP have cuts, and will they cost him anything? We'll see. He crosses in 9th, and he will hold on to it. So GP as well makes a final lap and a final corner pass to gain himself another position. Here comes Aiden on the FXR Racing team, Beloka on the Tryhard Kawasaki, Silva on the Tryhard Kawasaki. Lincao, Iago's teammate on the PDR Tiger Designs, is still finishing up his lap. And Smickle Frodo with factory rejects. So just as a reminder, guys, if you're just now tuning in, this is the end of B-Class Moto number 2. I do upload the races to YouTube, and they are available here on my Twitch channel as well once the racing is over. And if you missed B-Class Moto number 1, I highly recommend that you check that out. That might have been the most intense race that we've had in Backyard MX in the last 8 weeks. Yeah, Dirteen finished 7th, and we'll make note of that, Paradox.
Yeah,
Lincao.
calling is an easy fix.
Lincao makes a mistake there at the end. Alright, you should be able to capture results now. Dirteen's lap didn't count, so it's just going to sit here and spin. But that is the end of Moto number 2.